Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor News, and we've got a Bachelor in Paradise finale. That's right. Last night was the season finale of The Bachelor. As you know, Bachelor in Paradise. As you know, it's the second year in a row we've had sort of a late season here, so we get to enjoy the summer from December. I take notes and I read them back to you. No edits, no jump cuts, just me, you, and my thoughts in the moment. We're gonna have a lot more to talk about regarding Bachelor in Paradise, but this episode is basically going to be a reaction to what we saw on screen happen, and then whatever spilled out afterwards, we'll have separate videos. It's probably going to be a busy day. Follow me on Patreon if you want to support the channel. We are a membership-driven community, which means your Patreon donations really help out keep the content going. Patreon.com/Dave Neal, and also Bachelor Rush Hour, the hit podcast, morning and afternoon every day. All right, well, and by the way, I will only say this. There is a metaphorical war happening right now, and expect a lot of content from me today. I've got my throat lozenges. Excuse me. I've even showered and put on deodorant. Today we're going to metaphorical war as we cover all the content in the community. Bachelor in Paradise finale. Lots of movement will happen during tonight's episode. No, not talking about you, Sam. She could have used a little movement, if you know what I mean. That's a digestive joke. That's a digestive track and a laugh track on the digestive track. Jess and Mercedes do tequila shots and build a sandcastle. Yeah, that's what you do after you get broken up with, or if it doesn't work out, you just build a sandcastle and hope the water washes it all away. Jess says she was excited every morning to show off her outfits for Blake. Date card goes to Kat and John Henry. Love is about finding balance. And then the Bachelor editors make Kat likable after a rough season. I knew this would happen. I knew that as we build empathy with Kat and learn more about her, that we would find her likable. In the sense that, we'll go through her back history. Just a reminder for all of that hate people had towards her. Hurt people. And when people have an own issue within themselves, a lot of times they project it onto others. And if you ever see someone who's highly dramatic, if you ever see someone lying or starting fights or unable to coexist with their partners or things like that, just remember, just suffocate them with kindness. Okay, they're going through something. And you don't need to be a part of the problem by escalating that. Olivia wins the belly flop contest. That was fun. Oof, boy, that looked like it hurt. Quality content I want. Kat tells John Henry about her dad having 4 wives. Let's see if we can go to that clip here. 4 wives. I'm assuming separately. And by the way, my dad, I believe, had 5 wives at different times before his passing. Which, if you can only keep a relationship for 5 years, then fine. It kind of adds up, right? But it obviously it's sad if you can't find your one. But hey, A for effort, right? This is the type of edit that helps build some empathy. She moved out at 17. I don't know. I'm assuming, did she mention she lived in a group home or something? I was kind of trying to follow along. John Henry discusses the depression he had, and he said it's the first time he's bringing it up. Hey, maybe they are 2 ships passing in the night that can help each other out with any of their grief or whatever, and they can overcome that. Now, it's important, obviously, if they need mental health help, they get that on their own. Like, they don't want to lean on each other too much. Like figure your stuff out and be the best version of yourself for your partner. But a very good start that they can at least have an open and honest communication. She says he's falling for Kat, and next stop is an engagement, maybe. Who is engaged? The graphic artist who had to put the black box on her ass. Normally they paint on a bikini, but they just gave up. They literally, they spent all that money on Leslie's dress from Golden Bat. They said, we don't have any money left. And then instead of drawing in a nice little butt crack, they just said, slap the old black box up there. Jess and Tanner chat. I don't know if we have that photo there. Jess and Tanner chat. Jess says her parents divorced. Tanner's family is in Pittsburgh, and Jess lives with her mom. Aaron and Eliza get the date card. Aaron, I wrote Aaron. Aaron and Eliza get the date card. So they're going to be going on the date. Jess didn't get a date. Where are we here? There's just too many people. Meanwhile, Jess confesses to Tanner that she is done with this place, and he says, so we can go home. Tanner, is that his name, Tanner? I'm losing my mind, guys. He was very, she wanted it to be this sad thing. And he's like, no, I'm practical. I get it. We can go home. We're on a beach. It doesn't mean the world ends. It's not Survivor. You're not competing for $1 million. You just go home. There's a flight waiting for you. Jess, the mess, rough ending. We love Jess, but some of her friends are finding happiness. Some of our friends had left. You lose your support system. You lose all of these things that make your life normal, like going to the gym and getting a Starbucks, all of the simple things, calling your mom. When you take those away, you get to see how torturous it can be for some people, especially young to mid 20s. You've probably only lived alone for several years. You rely heavily on your friends and all that. Kylie cries. She's like, are you serious? I didn't even get to say goodbye. So Kylie, comes back and Jess is gone and she's like, oh man, another one bites the dust. Everyone is making it seem, like I said this before, everyone's making it seem like Survivor. Like it's the last episode of a dating show, folks. Y'all gonna be okay. Kylie thinks Avon is the one, doesn't know where his headspace is, and wants his final answer. Oh, this has to go well. This isn't going to go poorly whatsoever. Jeez, we could only find them. It'd be nice. There they are. Avon seems stressed. Kylie realizes he doesn't want to propose. She's like, I don't want to force him. If it doesn't happen here, will you be ready for it out there? He says, or she says. And then she goes, when are you ever going to be ready? You're almost 30 years old. And I was like, all right, objection. Where's my objection book? Objection, Your Honor. Objection. He's 29, 28 years old. And she's like, when will you ever be ready? And he's like, I don't know, maybe not after 3 weeks on a beach. I mean, how long did they even date for? Was it under 14 days? So it's like, I understand that practical doesn't always sell the audience of like, he's really not in it for the right reasons, but like it didn't work out with Rachel Recchia. I'm not blaming Rachel, but I ain't blaming Avon either. And it didn't work out with Kylie, at least on the beach. So he really, she should actually respect the fact that he values engagements so much that he doesn't want to flippantly do one because, as we know, the engagement rate is so low in Bachelor Nation, you might as well take the car off the lot. It's almost like they're at a car dealership and she's the salesman and she's like, you don't even want this car. What does it matter? You can't buy this car? Will you ever buy a car? You're nearly 30 years old. Will you ever buy a car? And he's like, look, I just want to take it off the lot. I want to drive it around a little bit. I want to see what the sound system's like. I want to see if the seats are comfy. And that's a relationship. You got to drive it off the road, off the lot. All right, so Kylie makes this a big issue. Avon's frustrated. He's like, I'm not going to disappear. He says he would regret it if things didn't work out for the rest of his life. But at the same time, the thing he won't do is he won't succumb to the pressures to get engaged. Imagine after that conversation, if he did propose to her, it would look like a hostage situation. He'd be like, please, will you marry me? She cries in front of her ladies, gets consoled. He walks away dejected, off to see Wells at the bar. Wells, the bartender, for a well tequila. He says he doesn't want to lose her because they didn't get engaged on Paradise, and he says it's always about a effing ring. And I totally understand the symbolism of the ring. I think I can just say for most people that watch that it's like, even though engagements are a big deal, The Bachelor franchise kind of desecrates marriage. They make a mockery of it. They say, oh, you can get married and engaged in 1 week. Sometimes it works out. You know what I mean? Sometimes when I eat Taco Bell, I don't shit my pants. But the average is it's going to be a messy situation. Okay, you get the point. Mercedes and Kat debate the origins of bananas. That was fun. I don't have a photo of them, but they were debating what type of bananas they like. Where do they come from? Are they plants? Are they trees? We have a banana tree at my house. They for sure are trees. But I guess you could make the argument that even though they're trees, they're very bush-like. You know what I mean? They're vast growing, amazing fruits, right? Are they fruits? The more you eat, the more you toot. And then Mercedes says she likes them warm and mushy. Kat likes them hard. I gotta say, as far as bananas go, it sounds gross to say warm and mushy, but you think as far as desserts go, I know a lot of good Thai dishes. Love some brown sugar and butter where you cook the bananas in. You can make some sort of like creme banana. You know what I mean? I don't know. Am I saying that? You could do a flambe. You could burn the bananas. There's plenty of good ways to eat warm bananas. So in defense of bananas, banana bread. There's plenty of banana pancakes. Jack Johnson. Banana pancakes. So plenty of things you can do with bananas. You can also eat them raw. You can have a raw banana You can get Kat likes a stiff one. She likes it right before the little brown spots come on the yellow. She likes a nice lightly green tinted banana. Kylie is upset because she wanted an engagement, says she feels let on. And I kind of feel like she just wanted an engagement and didn't really necessarily have to be Avon. She would have been like, look, I wanted an engagement from you, Avon, or Blake, somebody that is out there. Blake, where are you? No, I don't know. We'll dissect that Blake story in a second here. Let's move it along. Kenny and Mari show up, an elusive, successful couple. Mari reveals they are there because they're getting married today. Now they actually get married. They actually got married in Puerto Rico. This was like their fake marriage, and I kind of feel bad for them because as far as bachelor marriages go, this marriage was actually used as a tool to elicit drama with Kylie. So it wasn't even like this marriage was there just to celebrate the marriage. They used it to kind of get in the heads of other contestants. They brought the catering staff to sit into the wedding to fill some seats. You see that? Hey, good representation. I mean, they could have had the catering staff take their hats off. They have a bunch of white hats in the background. A bunch of birds are trying to build nests in the top there. Kenny meets Jesse Palmer at the altar. Meanwhile, Kylie is jealous that her relationship is faltering. Poor Mari has her big moment interrupted. Blake Moynes returns to be Kenny's best man. Kylie is so excited to see Blake. Mari walks down the aisle looking gorgeous. Miss Puerto Rico herself. They have a rave to celebrate the wedding and the end of paradise. Kylie wants to chat with Blake, says she misses him. Seems like a big bro-friendly vibe. Then she has a chat with Avon. Avon tells her he is falling in love with her. He says he hopes that's enough for them. She says the engagement solidifies so many things. He says, why does an engagement have to be the only way you commit to a person? Yikes, a paradise stalemate. Mercedes' bags are packed. Didn't have a good spark with Jordan. They both leave the beach. Where's Mercedes? She's in there somewhere. Okay, I can't find her. Whatever. So Sam dumps pilot Pete, right? Is that how it ended? Did she dump him or did he, either way, they ejected that relationship. Avon and Kylie bounce. I didn't get a huge update from where they were. Michael tells Olivia he's a realist. Oh, we love a good realist, right? I'm sure a lot of ladies are triggered like that. They've heard of guys, I'm just a realist. It's like, oh yeah, you're a realist. Then why did you go to Bachelor in Paradise? You don't go to paradise if you're a realist. You would have stayed at the bars in, Grand Rapids or wherever the hell you live. But either way, I respect him for that. And what a cute outfit she's wearing. Olivia for Bachelorette. Last couples are Aaron and Eliza. And by the way, Michael, good for him. He didn't want to go to the Boom Boom Room if it was something. And by the way, we have to remember the Bachelor producers pretty much script these types of things. If you're not getting engaged, they're not going to let you keep going on. Find a way to break up and get off the beach. Last couples are Aaron and Eliza and John Henry and Kat Izzo. And it happens. Eliza wears a white dress to the beach. Aaron cries as he waits there and shakes her hand, then a kiss. Aaron asked Eliza to marry him. She said yes. She said yes. And then we have John Henry proposing to Kat Izzo. She says yes. She says yes. Aaron and Eliza seem to be in rough shape. Don't take my word for it. That's what the show says. The post-show, credits roll. They say that they are working things out. I don't know what that means. We haven't gotten any updates yet. If we get any today, I will share them. Kat Izzo and John Henry still together. And then the other big story we got at the very last second of Paradise is that Christina Mandrell, from Zach Shallcross's season, is officially dating Braden Bowers from Charity Lawson's season, and wild stuff there. Very excited for them. I met Braden after a stand-up show. Seemed like a great guy. Met his dad, just good, solid dude, and it seems like he's got that good stepdad energy that Christina Mandrell loves. So very happy for the successful couples, and for those that didn't find success, you're young. You're almost 30. What are you waiting for? Plenty of time and tread on those tires. All right, we'll be back with more content. Please, if you're a fan of mine, if you enjoy my channel, give a big virtual hug to the next video I'm about to make.